Welcome to the Team Butterfly Effect all hands call. It is Monday, and you'd think one of these days I'd start the 22nd, know the date before our call starts, Monday the 22nd of August, and we are running down to the last week and some days left of the month. And so I want to know, who do you have left to help? Because I don't know if you remember this or not, but like all of our top programs are on sale right now for 140. So this should be the time right now that should be, granted, I understand people have stuff going on, but we have some really, really great things going on right now as far as the company with all of these sales, with the health bet going on right now. So a 30-second summary. Remember, we have between approximately $1 million and $3 million. I think we're getting closer to $2 million now based on challenge pack sales. I haven't looked at the official update today, but everybody who participates, who logs 3 workouts a month, 3 workouts a week and 5 shakes a week within a month's time, get a piece of the pie. So I don't know about you, but like, why not? Why the heck not? Be a part of a challenge group. You're going to be working out anyway. So this is a great thing. And also just to kind of share with you guys what I did today I hate to use the words closing sales, but in essence, I have a couple people, right on the verge. And the other day I went live on my Facebook like page. You can do it on your regular page or your like page or whatever page you want to do it on, and talked about the health bet. And so then today, when I had a couple people comment on my post last night about the 3-week yoga retreat, wanting to do that, I said, well, did you see my video last week about the health bet? And they said no. So then I just went and copied the link from the video from my Facebook page and then sent it to them as a PM and said, watch this video real quick and let me know if you'd like to take it a step further. So in essence, it's all people who just were interested in the yoga retreat. So they could just spend $40 and get bought, or even the free trial. But instead, this is an opportunity for me to share with them of why it would be such a great time for them to try Shakeology now instead of waiting later, because they have an opportunity to get reimbursed some money for it. So that has served me to be a really great tool to be able to share the health bet with people who maybe didn't see it on your page. So if you go ahead and shoot a video about it, you have that as a resource to share. Also, we're down to the last little bit of the Team Cup. I hope you are engaging with your teams. And so that's all I have to say about that tonight. So tonight, it was my intention to be an interactive call with not having as many people on here. We may not be on the call as long as normal, but before we do, I want to share with you guys a resource that I created for you guys last week. It was actually in response to a couple of my newer coaches that I have on the team, and also in regards to a couple other coaches. Oh, we got Eric and Chrissy. Awesome. Because I don't know about if you guys know this or how long you've been a coach, but we have had what's called the 5-step invitation process for the last several years. And I have elaborated on that 5-step invitation process and call it just like ask a shit ton of questions. Ask a ton of questions, because that for me has served to be one of the best ways to really help people, is to really find out what their needs are. So I created a document, you guys, or a file for you guys in the Team Butterfly Effect page. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys where that is, just so you can see it. And actually, before I even get to that, I'm going to pretend for just one brief second like none of y'all know how to use our page, because I forget sometimes when we have newer coaches come on. I don't know how often I get asked from people, where's the files section? I say, find it in your files section. Where's the files section? So the files section, you guys, is right here. So this is our Facebook page. The files section is right here. If you have a from your cell phone, I think usually you can find it via like a little eye symbol, and you click on the eye and it will take you to the information of the group, which leads to the files. So if you click on the files button, it's the first one right now. So I have invitation steps, ask lots of questions. So the first part of the invite process, first of all, is to invite them. But before you do, connect with them on some personal level. So hopefully if you've been sending your hey girls or hey dude messages and taking the time to actually form with people, which means forming relationships and so on, hopefully this isn't necessarily a cold invite. But if it is, even if it's not, take a second and just engage with them personally before you send out the invitation. Some of the leaders on this call may do this a little bit differently, but my invite's then always like a by the way, just because I want the people to feel like that wasn't the main intention for my message. I don't know if I am I don't know if I accomplished that goal as far as making them feel like that wasn't the real reason for me messaging them. I don't know if I'm successful as that, but that's my intention. So as you can see, I already made this out really, really, really easy for you guys. By the way, next month I'm participating in a health bet. Beachbody's taking $3 million and splitting it between everyone who participates. I think it's crazy cool that they're actually sending checks to everyone who commits to prioritizing their wellness in September, want to join me or want more info. So that is step one. And then you can see step two is find out their why. So the biggest temptation for many people is to say, yeah, sure, I'm interested in more information, and then just like vomit information at that point. And if they then don't return your message or go MIA or say no, you really have no idea why. Was it the price? Was it the program? Was it the shake? Who knows why they didn't reply to you or say anything. So the most important thing is to find out why they're interested. So then you can share with them the information that they want to know. So I have here, awesome, before I give you more details, I need to know why you're interested. The more I know about your physical goals and current life situation, the better I can help you pick a program that you'll enjoy and will give you the results you're wanting. So why are you interested? And so that leads into asking more questions. So first of all, guys, if a person says that I just want to lose weight, like there's usually always, there's more that you can get from that. There's more information you can get from that. Why is losing weight important to you? And maybe I don't even have that. I need to add that to the list. Why is losing weight important to you? Because some people, I mean, some people might not have even thought of that question. They might not have taken the time to really dig deeper into their subconscious, because for some people, they might want to lose weight just because they want to feel better and look better naked. It's going to improve their intimate relationships. Some people might want to do it for longevity because they want to be around significant period of time, for their family and so on. Like everybody has their own reasons. It might just be that they want to look good on vacation. They want to rock a six-pack on the beach, or they just want to sport a bikini for the first time ever. You never really know what that reason is. But I just gave you guys my general questions that I ask people. And almost always I start with, do you have any food allergies? Do you guys know why I asked that question? I asked that question because Shakeology is processed in a plant that processes shellfish, peanuts, and tree nuts. So if a person has any food allergies, at that point, if it's any of those things, I ask them how severe their allergies are. Like, if you just touch it, or if you're in the proximity of it, does it cause a reaction, or do you actually have to ingest it? Like, I start asking those questions because I don't know if you guys know this or not, but beach Shakeology is processed in a plant that processes those things. For people who are highly, highly, highly allergic, they can't have Shakeology. So I know in the back of our mind, we all know its value, and we want everybody to be on Shakeology when they do a program, but there are going to be some people out there who can't have it. So you don't want to spend your time and energy trying to sell them on something that's not good for their body in the first place. So I always ask those detailed questions. And if there's no food allergies, then you can just move on. I always ask too, usually in the same question, do you have any injuries or food allergies? Because if they have any significant injuries that would prevent them from doing particular programs, like, you need to know those things. And if you don't feel confident enough in your knowledge with the programs or your knowledge with the human body, that's what you have a coach for. Okay? That's what you have a coach for, to reach out to them. And if your coach doesn't know the answer, they will reach out to me. Okay? And if I don't know the answer, I will reach out to Amanda. Hope to God I know the answer by now. If I haven't, I need to do some more personal development. It's been enough years now, but there may be still some things that I can't answer. So do you work? Because some people just need those quick workouts, because they're not going to do P90X because they work too freaking much and they need a short workout. Oh yeah, why are your goals important to you? Why are your goals important to you? So if you just have someone who says that they want to lose weight and you don't find out why they want to lose weight, and then you start talking about Shakeology, it's a whole lot easier to sell the value of Shakeology to someone who's already told you that diabetes, cholesterol, all of these things are like running their family and they're wanting to prevent getting them, and you've talked to them about it and got them to share them, and then all of a sudden you share the price. It's a whole lot easier to talk about that because you know how bad they need it. Otherwise you don't. So let's see, if someone's what have you done in the past that didn't work for you? How much weight are you wanting to release? How did you originally lose your weight? Let's see, how much time do you prefer working out? Do you want a solid hour, or would 30 minutes or less be better? I always ask, do you struggle with portion control? Always, okay? And if people struggle with portion control, I generally suggest the 21-day fix. But if some people are just like, some people struggle with portion control, but they are so beginner babies on their journey that all those like Tupperwares, like, I have made the mistake of selling the 21-day fix to people who should have been on doing size or should have been doing something just for freaking fun, because they were so beginner in their fitness journey that getting those containers and all that stuff just freaked them out and overwhelmed them. And many of us are like, oh, what's the big deal? Well, you're a whole lot further in your journey than they are, so consider that. Have you ever heard of clean eating? If so, do you practice it? A lot of people are like, well, what is clean eating? No. So if someone doesn't practice clean eating, they don't even know what it is, and for some reason they decide not to join you, hello, they're one of the first people you should invite to be in one of your free groups where you get them experiencing that. What do you crave? Because that, if you talk about people who really struggle with their weight, and they share with you what they crave, then you can start talking about ways to incorporate that in how Shakeology will help them with that. If it's their sweets, well, that's a pretty easy one, right? But for anyone who says, okay, well, it's fruit, well, you can help them with that. Now, if they say salty, well, then that's when you pull out like one of your recipes, as far as you can do like salted caramel Shakeology or something like that. You can add a little bit of Himalayan salt into your shake to switch up the flavor. Let's see. If you had a superfood protein shake that gave you all the micronutrients you needed daily, would you find that valuable? I use that all the time. Guys, I rarely even send somebody the price until I am almost positive they're going to say yes, because everything that I've said, I've asked them so many yes or no questions that you try to get people to say yes like 6 times before you even offer them, telling them the price. So this is for people who work and do fast food and so on. How often do you eat out a week? These are also people who have price objections. Well, when you eat out, do you typically spend more than $5 on your meal? Well, if they do, hello, Shakeology isn't that expensive because they're going to be replacing that with a meal. Have you ever, this is an important one, guys, have you ever purchased a Beachbody program before? If they're just looking to become a customer, if you're not talking to them about being a coach, if they say yes, did you purchase it via Beachbody, a coach, Craigslist, or where? Because I have totally screwed up by not asking that question before. Someone told me that they had 21-day fix, and I just assumed they got it from a coach. So I went through like this whole process of trying to get them to switch coaches. We wasted a week's time of trying to figure out what the problem was, and the problem was is they got it off of Craigslist, and so they never had an account. And so I didn't get my Success Club points until the following month from her because it just took so much time. You see what I'm saying? If they got it from a coach, always ask, are you satisfied with your coach? Or are you open to switching coaches? Because if someone is currently satisfied with their coach and they don't want to switch coaches, the conversation's over. Conversation's over. So at that point, you say to them, well, if you're satisfied with your coach, I, I'm so happy that you're interested in your wellness journey, but that's their job, is to help you. So if I were you, I suggest just reach out to your coach and ask when her next accountability group is. Easy as that. If they ordered it online or an infomercial, I always say this too, you're probably already assigned a coach, even if you haven't ever heard from them. If I zap you info on how to request to have me assigned as your coach, would you do it? Do you notice how I asked them? I didn't tell them this is what you have to do. I said, if I sent you the information, would you do it? If I sent you a video, would you watch it? If I offered you this, would you find it valuable? Not this is what we're doing, this is what we're doing, this is what we're doing, this is what you need to do, these are the next steps. I always ask them a question that I think they're going to answer yes to. If you had to choose between the following types of workouts, which would you prefer? And I just make my list there, because then that helps you. It helps point them in the right direction. If like I have a girl, I think just signed up as a coach. I think she needs the 21-day fix personally. But when I sent her this and asked her what she wanted, she said she wanted to do yoga and Pilates. And so if I had her doing the 21-day fix and there's lots of weights in there and other stuff in there, it wasn't what she wanted. It's harder to commit to something if it's not what you're looking for. Do you do dairy? Always ask that question too, because if they don't do dairy, you know what choices they have as far as Shakeology. You know which direction to put them. Have you ever heard of Shakeology? So again, I ask, if I share a video with you, would you watch it? If they say yes, I send them the link, but then I ask, when will you have time to watch it? When will you have, so you know when to follow up with them at that point, or it gets them thinking about it. To get paid for participating in the Health Bet, you're going to have to log 3 workouts a week and drink 5 shakes a week. Does that sound doable? Sure. If they're already a fitness enthusiast, have you ever considered being a coach? Oh, always what I ask. So guys, I mean, the rest of this you can read through on your own. I mean, I literally, I spend so much time going back and forth asking questions with people that's the main chunk of the conversation. So usually by the time I ask all those questions, I know what program they need, or maybe I have it narrowed down to 2 programs. So then I'll just send them the videos, YouTube videos of the program, and say, watch these 2. These are the 2 I haven't narrowed down for you. Watch them. Which one does your gut tell you that you want to do? Which one would you be excited about receiving in the mail and unboxing and doing your first workout? Which one would make you excited? Don't overthink it. Go with your gut. I always say. And at that point, then they know which program. We've already talked about Shakeology. We've talked about all of it. So then is the time to talk price and numbers at that point. Finally, at the end. Now, if you can't get them on the phone, here is a really easy message to send them, okay, to outline everything at the end. You will need to tweak it based on the program that they're purchasing, but I gave you it all outlined. So that's a part of the typical five-step invitation process. That was at the end. So after you get that final yes, basically you just need to figure out if they're going to become a coach or a customer from there. So I'm going to stop sharing screen. But before we're done today, I want us to practice a technique. We've done this on a call several times, but I never get tired of it. It's called feel, felt, found. So it's a way of overcoming objections. The idea when someone gives you an objection of whatever it is, this is a sales strategy. And again, I hate talking about us being salesmen, but there is a psychology based around someone purchasing a program, because we are emotional beings. We make emotional decisions, but then we justify on logic. Okay, so you have to help people go down the steps from here. So the first thing you do is you acknowledge the person for having that issue. So I understand. Remember, it's feel, felt, found. You always say, I understand how you feel. The next one is felt. I used to feel that way too. I felt that way too before. And you explain to them how you felt that way. And then you share, but what I found was, and then you share with them what they found. So let's just practice this real quick. So we'll start with, I'd like to see you guys practice it on each other for just a second. Hey, Chrissy, are you still there? Or did you have to step out? Her room went dark, so I don't know if she's participating or not. I'll wait to see if she comes back. Okay, so I'm going to take everybody off mute, and we're going to play for just these last couple minutes. So, Hera, I want you to share with Jill your most recent objection that you've gotten from somebody. Oh, and Jill just disappeared. Or something must have happened with her internet connection. Oh, well, you give it to Eric. So what was your most recent?
All right. I really want to do it, but I really need to wait till my next payday.
Well, I completely understand how you feel. I felt the same way about when I first got my program, that the price of it was a little bit too expensive, and I just didn't think I was in the right position, but I knew that my health and nutrition was very important, and Joe came back online. So
go ahead and finish out for it, Eric. What did you find?
So I found that putting my priority of my health and fitness and first and foremost was definitely something I had to do, and I had to do it for myself to make myself feel better. So that's what I found.
Good. Chrissy, are you there, Chrissy?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I was just curious. Okay, so I really like that, Eric. That was good. I'm curious to see if Jill would do it any other way. I'm just curious. So Tara, share again. What was your objection?
I want to join a program or start a program, but I need to wait till my next payday. I think Jill went away again.
No, she's right here.
I'm here. I'm back.
How would you answer that?
Payday. I probably wouldn't use feel, felt, found on that.
Okay. I
don't know.
Would you just accept it and go with it?
I'd have to think about that, because I might say, like, okay, can I check back with you in a week then, or 2 weeks? Or I would probably give a date and say, okay, if I checked back with you Friday the 13th, could we talk about it then?
Yeah. Or I would even just ask, well, when is that day? When is the next payday? When's that date? Oh, okay. Well, so if we go ahead and send you a link to get it processed, would we be able to do it on that day, and I'll be able to follow up with you? So yeah, I go back and forth too, Jill, of whether or not I would use that too, because I accept that excuse all the time and then just do a follow-up date. However, I am going to add something onto that, because I do have some woman who's told me that now twice, like 2 paydays in a row, right? So my intention, what I intend to say to her next time is say, I understand how you feel. We've all felt that way. But what I found is there are a lot of things that I spend money on during the week that I don't always account for, like Starbucks trips or visits to the nail salon, and things that I haven't necessarily budgeted for, and so money sometimes just goes. So what I found is if I prioritize that money and just go ahead and get it right now, even though I'm unsure, I'll probably just end up not spending that other extra flex money that are just little payments here and there that end up ending up to $150 over the entire grand scheme of the month. So I might end up using that. So that's a good one, Tara. I hear that quite a bit. Hey, Chrissy, do you want to share with us one of your most recent objections, and we can help you with it?
Yeah, my most recent objection, well, I've gotten money objections a lot, but most recently is just not having the time to exercise, even when I also point out like some of the programs are, 20 minutes or less, they still just don't have the time to do it.
They don't have the time to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tara, see what you would say if someone says I don't have time for it.
I completely understand how you feel. I'm a single mom. I work full time, and I have found that if I make the time and get up early before everybody else gets up, then it really makes me feel better. And they're only 30 minutes. And so I really found myself not being able to make any excuses.
Good. Would anybody else say anything different? Tara or Eric or Jill, would you say anything different? No?
Yeah.
I kind of say the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm a morning worker outer, so I would talk about setting the alarm earlier.
Probably what I would start with, though, instead of talking about 30 minutes or less, I would talk about, we have 10-minute trainer. Like, you probably spend, I'm going to say, I understand how you feel. I felt that way too. Right when I first started, like I did not think I had enough time to work out. But what I found was that in the morning or in the afternoon or even in the evening, I would find myself scrolling through Facebook mindlessly for 15 minutes. And before I knew it, that 15 minutes was gone. And so, if you really don't think you have enough time, I mean, in all reality, what I found is I have these 10-minute time slots all throughout the day. And that's honestly what my husband and I started out with, was 10-minute trainer, because I was teaching a full aerobic schedule and didn't think I had time to do a beach body program on top of it. And what I found was 10 minutes is crazy easy to fit into the schedule anywhere. So you just have to decide, how bad do you really want to be healthy? Okay, so Eric, what's been your most recent objection?
Yeah, I had this. My most recent was, well, I'd like to do the program, but my friends have the videotapes. She's going to give me the videotapes, and she actually has some extra Shakeology, so I'm going to grab that from her as well.
Ooh.
Wow, that's a hard one.
Yeah, let me hear what you got for that one.
That's a hard one. Does anyone want to tackle it? Otherwise, I will. Anybody else want to tackle it? Go for it, Jill.
I know how you feel. I used to always look for the cheap things on eBay too. However, what I found was whenever I was working out on my own and without the support of a coach and an accountability group, my results weren't as good and they wouldn't last as long. So I think that if you had my support and joined the accountability group, you'd find that you might be more successful than you would otherwise be.
I think that's perfect. And because actually the statistic is that people who buy one of our programs who don't join an accountability group, 2% of those people finish our programs. 2%.
Wow.
2%. That's huge, or small, however you want to look at it. I would also say to the person, okay, you have everything you need. What I'm going to do for you is, if you will commit to going to my website and signing up for a free account with me right now, I will open my heart to inviting you into one of my current accountability group that I have going on right now, as long as you and I can make a deal that if you see amazing results, A, you're going to let me use your pictures to promote because I helped you, but B, you'll actually invest in Shakeology with me the next time or sign up to be a coach. Can we make that deal that this will be the only group that you're not actually paying customer of mine? And as long as they agree to that, I'll let them in, because I mean, Allison Jeffy, who's a success starter on the team, she bought 21 Day Fix from Amazon, went to Beachbody to request to have a coach. And so she was technically my assigned coach, but she didn't buy anything from me, you know, or as my assigned customer. She didn't buy anything from me, but I let her be in that accountability group just because she had a program and she needed support. And it was kind of like an opportunity to build a relationship with someone you knew. So, I know we're at time, but does anybody else have a hot objection that you would love to hear how someone would tackle? Anything?
I got one.
Okay.
This one's for Kristen, who's not on the call.
Okay.
Is that Beachbody? Beachbody's a cult. I don't want anything to do with that.
Beachbody's a cult. I don't want anything to do with that. That's awesome. I would love to have that person, because I've actually written an essay over the difference between cults and sex before. And there's not a whole lot of difference between, I'm sorry, I'm not going to go there. I might offend somebody. Basically, I would say, well, what's your definition? I would ask him, what's your definition of a cult? I would ask him that. What's your definition of a cult? And I would say, if your definition of a cult is a bunch of happy people who are all supporting each other and want everybody to be healthy and feel great and
dance around.
Huh?
And dance around.
If that is your definition of a cult, sure, we're a cult, and I'm happy to be a part of one of the healthiest cults in this entire nation. You know, that's probably what I would say. Or I would say something like, well, I would ask them, what is your definition of a cult? That's what I would say. Totally, that's what I would say. And then I would also, because that's the same thing I ask when people ask me if Beachbody is a pyramid scheme. They will. What's your definition of a pyramid scheme? Do you even know what a pyramid scheme is? Like, people have in their mind of what something is and whatever. So I hope this helps you guys tonight. Please, please, please share this call with your team. There are so many people who need to hear this information who weren't here tonight. So please, please, please share it with them. And I think that's it for tonight. You guys, we're in our home stretch. Help as many people as you freaking can. Share the health bet. Get online. Be loud. Be proud. Who freaking cares if people think that we're a cult? Because we're the healthiest cult that there is. Okay? So, love you guys. I appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much. Have a great week.